Jones is dancing. Welcome to Miss Jones TV. Hi, Mr. Jones.
Hi, guys.
He's so excited, you can tell. Okay, well, I have pulled him in here because he's going to do joke time with us, okay? So, Mr. Jones.
How many jokes we doing?
I have 3. I couldn't decide. They were so good. Okay. Don't seem too excited. What do elephants wear when they go swimming? Do you know this one?
Trunks.
Trunks! Yes! I thought that was so cute. Get it? Trunks. You know. Okay. What did one boogie say to the other boogie?
I don't know.
You think you're funny, but you're snot. You liked it.
Boogie.
A boogie.
I was thinking something completely different.
Like the dance
Yeah.
boogie. Okay. What was wrong with the wooden car?
I don't know.
It wouldn't go.
Bye, guys.
It was good. It was good. Which one was your favorite?
Trunks.
You like the trunks? It's because you knew the answer. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Guys, I just had to pull him in for joke time because he didn't know those jokes. So I was like, I have to share them. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started with today's lesson, all right? So go ahead and get your Go Math book out, your flimsy book, your hardback reader. Today, guys, you'll need a pencil and paper. I don't mind that you do it on your dry erase board. Just send me a picture that you guys did it, okay? First, what we're going to do, I know we do our money, and our what does the clock say? Tick, 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 tock. But today, one of your pages is going to have a money question and it's going to have a time question. So we'll just go ahead and integrate that in with that, okay? So yesterday on your own, I asked you to... see here, page 661, 661. So go ahead and open up your Go Math books to page 661 and we'll check your work from yesterday. Okay, now while you guys are doing that, you can be listening to me while you're opening that up. We had what type of graphs yesterday? What did we call these? Picture graphs or pictographs, right? Good job. So picture graphs, guys. And today we're going to check your picture graph and the questions that went with it. Another thing that I wanted to review with you was the phrase, how many more? And sometimes instead of more, it says how many fewer. So you're finding the difference between two things. So, for example, if Mr. Jones and Kai like the color red and I like the color purple, that's 2 people and I'm 1 person. So I'm finding the difference because we have different likes, right, between the 2 sets, those 2 and me. So when we find the difference, we are subtracting. So 2 people minus 1 person, the difference would be 1, okay? So that's when you're finding the difference. So think about it being something different, okay? Difference is subtraction. How many more, how many fewer? And fewer means itty bitty. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and look at page 661. At the top, the graph said number of pencils, and it gave you 4 students, Alana, Kiana, Dante, and Brad. It also has your key that we talked about yesterday, and that tells you what each of the little pictures stand for. So it says each pencil stands for 1 pencil. The title of our graph, guys, let's see if I can hold this up. It says number of pencils. So to me, these kiddos own this many pencils, okay? So our first question, number 3, it says, how many pencils do Alana and Brad have? So here's Alana, and here is Brad. And, so am I adding or am I subtracting? I'm adding. I want what both of them have together. So I can simply look at my picture and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So together they have 11 pencils. So I'm going to put my number 11 for that one. If you got that one right, give yourself a big old check mark. Okay, number 4, how many more? Oh, there's that key phrase that was on my board. How many more pencils does Kiana have than Alana? So how many more tells me that they're going to be different? Difference tells me subtraction. So I need to see Kiana has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Alana has 1, 2, 3. So 5, take away 3. 1, 2, 3. 2. She has 2 more pencils than her. Now, on number 5, it said, think smarter. Miss Green has the same number of pencils as the 4 children. How many does she have? So Miss Green has the same number as all of them together. So that one we had to count every pencil. Okay, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So she has 20 pencils. Okay, and guys, on the last one, I told you to try your best and that we would talk about it together, okay? Now, number 6, it says Christy, which seems to be a new name because she's not on this chart right now. Christy has 7 pencils. Write 2 sentences to describe how her number of pencils compares with the data in the picture graph. Well, I know that Alana has 3. I'm going to put this over to the side so I can see it. Kiana has 5. Dante looks like he has 4. And Brad has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we were to add a 5th student, and Christy would have 7, what is something that we could say about Christy? One thing that you could say is that Christy has 1 less pencil than Brad. So I'm going to put Christy has 1 less pencil than Brad. What else could we say? I could say that Christy has 2 more pencils than Kiana. Now, there's lots of other options you could have picked, kiddos. You could even put that she had 4 more than Alana or 3 more than Dante, something like that. It was just telling you that if you were to add another student, how would she fit in here, okay? So I'm going to put that Christy has 2 more pencils than Kiana. But I'll be checking those as you send them to me, and I'll check your responses, guys, because there's a lot you could have said there. All right, guys, air high five if you got that right. Good job. Okay, so for math today, kiddos, I want you to go ahead and turn with me over one page, 663. Now, it looks a lot like what we just did. It's just a review for your picture graph, okay? So at the top, you will have a picture graph, and it's going to ask you some questions about that graph. Now, on the back, on page 664, here's where that time and money review come in, okay? And it actually has a measurement where we used our inches and our centimeters. It has a big review. So I would like for you to do page 663, flip it over and do page 664 because it's all review, guys. It has another picture graph asking a question, time, measurement, and money. Okay, and we will check that together tomorrow. So guys, if you want to pause this video and do front and back of that page, great. Guys, if there's anyone that you get stumped on and you don't have somebody that you can ask right away, or you both get stumped on it, just wait and tune in with me and we'll check it and we'll talk about it together, and hopefully that will clear up any questions you've got, okay? All right, guys, so if you're not pausing and you're going along with me, you can go ahead and put your math book to the side. And we are going to move on to our flimsy book and our handwriting. So if you have board, marker, notebook, paper, pencil, anything like that, you can have that ready. Okay, so on our paper today, it says for your handwriting to practice writing someone you live with's name. Okay, and I told you I was going to pick 3 boys and 3 girls every day from our classroom and write down your first name so you can see what that looks like, okay? So, guys, I will put Mr. Jones's name on for the other person that I live with in my household. And his actual first name, we call him Wes, but his actual first name is Robert. So we're going to put Robert Jones. And he was acting super silly earlier, wasn't he? Robert Jones. Okay? And for my 3 girls today, yesterday I did Emma and Alexis and Annalie. And today I am going to do Lamara, Allie, and Kaylee. There are your first names in cursive, Lamara, Allie, and Kaylee. For my gentlemen today, I am going to do Aiden. I'm going to do Tatum. And Brayden. All right. Aiden, Tatum, and Brayden. So there's your names in cursive. And guys, you can also practice doing your first and last name. It's always good to know how to do your signature. But choose somebody else in your household and make their name in cursive. And remember, in your handwriting books, I don't think I have one handy with me, in your green handwriting books, on the back cover are all of your letters in cursive if you need a refresher. Or you can always go back and look at the pages that we've already done to refresh your memory how to make some of those letters in cursive, okay? All right, kiddos, let's go straight in to our flimsy book now. And today we are going to be on page 34. 3-4. So open up your flimsy books to page 34 and we're going to look at our spelling. Now remember, we have that sneaky Y. That Y, he took the identity of the long E sound and he doesn't say Y or Y anymore. He goes E. E. Okay? So today, it's asking you, our direction says write the basic words with double consonants in one list and single consonants in another. So guys, we have 12 words, so we're only using the first 12. We won't be using these last two because those are review words. Okay, so let's talk about a consonant there for a minute because it's been a little while. We all know our vowels, right? We have 5 vowels. Can you remember what they are? Tell me if you know them. Okay, I think I heard somebody. I think I did. We have A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, right? So we have our basic vowels, A, E, I, O, U. Those are our vowels, and sometimes Y. Now, if that's a vowel, what are consonants? What are consonants? Consonants are every other letter that aren't these guys. So anything that's not an A, E, I, O, or U is a consonant. Okay, so in our words this week, we have some words who has a double or the same consonant right beside each other. Okay, so for example, let's look at the word puppy. Do you see 2 letters or consonants that are the same, that are right beside each other? They're doubled. They're like twinsies. Me too. I see these 2 P's. Okay, so that would go on my double consonant side because it has twinsies. Now, what about the word very? Very. Do you see any letters that are the same or twinsies side by side? I don't either. So that would go on the single consonant side because that R is all by himself. He doesn't have a twinsie, does he? Okay, so I would put the word puppy on the double consonant side and the word very on the single consonant side. Because this, guys, the double is the twinsies and the single is all by himself. Okay? So those were just 2 examples that I gave you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and circle 4 and 5 because very and puppy we just used. So let's start with happy. Do you think that it belongs on the double or the single? Double, because it has a twinsie, doesn't it? It has 2 P's, just like we did in puppy. What about the word pretty? Twinsies. Pretty, it has those 2 T's. And I didn't circle it, did I? Number 3, baby. Nope, it's a single, isn't it? Doesn't have a twinsie. Not right next to it. It does have 2 B's, but they're not right side by side. We did 4 and 5. 6, funny. Twinsies. Now, again, guys, if you want to go ahead and do this on your own, you can pause me and do that, or you can come and just keep going with me because I'm going to go through all of these with you, okay? Number 7, we have the word carry. Twinsies, 2 R's that time, huh? What about lucky? Nope, no twinsies, right? CK are 2 different letters. They're not 2 C's or they're not 2 K's. So we have to put them on the single consonant. Well, if Miss Jones would remember to circle. All right, next one. Only. Single. Number 10, sunny. Double. If I'm going too fast, guys, that's okay. Just pause me and you can catch up because I'm just going right through this, okay? So we can get to our grammar. Penny. Good job. Double. 2 N's. And last but not least, city. We have 1 left for our singles because it does not have a buddy. So if you want to, you can pause it and see if your answers match my answers, which I'm sure they do because you guys are super fabulous. Okay, my fabuloso kiddos, let's go ahead, if you are finished with that, and turn over with me to page 41. We're skipping a few pages, but we'll come back to those, okay? Page 41 is a big review, okay? Because sometimes we need to use is, are, and am, and was and were, because we went over those. Now, is one thing, are more than one thing, and you use am with yourself, okay? So let's look at these first ones, guys. Number 1, the rodeo is here, the rodeo are here, the rodeo am here. Well, the rodeo is one thing, it's one event. So what do you think? Is, are, or were, or am, excuse me. The first one, the rodeo is here. So we're going to underline that sentence. Number 2, I want you to see if you can do it on your own. The crowds is clapping. The crowds are clapping. The crowds am clapping. So think about who or what the sentence is about. The subject of the sentence. Crowds. That S, there must be more than one. So it is, are, or am? Are. Good job. The crowds are clapping. Okay, now guys, here's the bottom part. Was and were. Remember, when you have one person or something, it's was. I was going to the store, but I decided not to. Or were. We were. Remember, we hear a lot of people say we was, right? And that's not right because were means more than one and we would mean more than one person. Okay, so let's look at these and see if we can figure them out, okay? Number 3, Gabriella blank a teacher. Gabriella was a teacher. Gabriella were a teacher. Look at your subject, who you're talking about. Gabriella. It's one person. So is it was or were? Was. So we're going to circle was. Now, guys, you don't have to rewrite the sentences unless you want to just practice your cursive writing a little bit more, and you can do that, which will be excellent and bonus. Number 4, she blank speaking. She was speaking. She were speaking. She, is that one or more than one? It's one person, so is it was or were? She was speaking, so we're going to circle that. Guys, try 5 and 6 on your own real quick. I'll give you a couple seconds to do that. Or like I said, you can pause the video and go ahead and do those on your own, and then we'll check them together. Okay, so if you're ready, go along with me, but if not, hit that pause button, okay? Number 5, her students blank listening. Her students was listening. Her students were listening. Well, look at your subject. Who are you talking about? Her students. Is that one student or more than one? It's more than one. So you're going to need were. Number 6, they blank learning a lot. They was learning a lot. They were learning a lot. Well, look at they. That's who you're talking about, the subject of your sentence. So they, to me, would be more than one person, right? So was it was or were? It would be were. Very good. They were learning a lot. So guys, if you got that, give yourself a big old check mark and give me a fist bump. All right. Now, guys, if we're done with our flimsy book right now, and what I wanted you to do before I gave you your reading challenge, which I absolutely loved your hats. They're amazing, and I'm going to do a Facebook post about all of them because they're just super great. I love them. Okay, now I'm going to put my flimsy book away, and I am going to actually, excuse me, Luna. I told you Luna's always right here, and she won't get out of the way because I'm going to get Ty's reading book. Excuse me. Excuse me. You want to see Luna? Yeah, she's not snoring this time. Say hi, Luna. She's just laying back there, chilling. Okay, now open up in your hardback readers to My Name is Gabriella. That's page 90. But before we get started, I wanted to give you something to do. And guys, I don't mind if you want to do it on dry erase board, that's fine. If you'd like to do it on paper pencil or even in your red notebooks, if you still have those, awesome. Any way that you want to do it is coolio with me. But if you'll turn to the very end of your story, on page 112, it has that classroom conversation. Remember our classroom conversation board in our classroom? And I hung up those of you that did an awesome job. And I always had so many to hang up because you guys are fabulous. Now, yesterday we created our cat walking down the road sentence, and they were awesome. I got to see all kinds of different cats in my mind and how they went. Some of you had busy streets. Some of you had streets with nothing on it. It was amazing. You guys did awesome. Okay, so today, after you read in your reading challenge, we're going to answer number 1 in your classroom conversation on page 112. And it's that blue part at the bottom. Okay, where it says your turn. Classroom conversation. Now, let's talk about it first. Number 1, it says, what events in this biography explain how Gabriella became important? What events? And I know events are things that happen. The biography is the story. So what happened in the story that tells us that Gabriella was important? So she did some important things, guys, didn't she? She became something, and she even won something, right? So be thinking about that whenever you make your answer. So think about why Gabriella in our story is an important person. Why would somebody take the time to make a story about her? Okay, so tell me why she's important, why she's famous. Okay, now I will be checking those, and I also, if you don't mind, make me an illustration. Draw for me something that happened in our story with Gabriella. Tell me why you think that she's important and what you think she looks like, okay? Use your imaginations and use those big descriptive words in your sentence, okay? So, I can give you a sentence starter to help you out just a little bit. So you can put Gabriella. Now, if you want to come up with your own sentence, that's great too. This is just if you need a little help getting your mind kick-started. Gabriella is important because ... There we go. Gabriella is important because, and you tell me what are some things that she did or that she is that makes her a famous person, an important person, that somebody would make a story about her. And then make an illustration, okay? So I will be checking those, and we will be talking a little bit more about that tomorrow. And your reading challenge yesterday was to read in your favorite hat, right? Oh, I had to tell you this. Okay, so the first day, whenever I told you to the wackier the better, whatever you wanted to read with, you could. Okay, so me and Kai, we tried reading with our big toe. We really did. We gave it our best shot. Now, we made it about 2 pages, and then it kind of got a little uncomfortable, so anyway, we just abandoned that, and we used our dry erase board eraser. So anyway, so if you wanted to see how it was to track the print with your big toe, it is not as easy as it sounds, I'm telling you, unless you're very flexible. Okay, anyway, so today, our reading challenge, yesterday was to read with a hat on. Today, I want you to read in something that you're wearing has to be your favorite color, so I can guess and see what your favorite color is, okay? So if your favorite color is green, put a green shirt on or something green that gives me a clue, and then whenever you send me a picture, I'm gonna try to guess what your favorite color is, okay? So try to give me a hint or a clue of something that's on your body that's your favorite color, and I'll see if I can guess it. Okay? All right, so that's your reading challenge, guys. Remember, do number 1, classroom conversation. Gabriella is important because, and read your story with something on that's your favorite color. Send it to me so I can guess what it is. Okay? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. You guys did awesome, and you're so fabulous. I love and I miss you bunches. Bye.